This movie gets 4.5 bananas out of 5 according to the No More Stinky Monkeys website. The best film I ever saw about the inner city in high school was the basketball documentary Hoop Dreams, a 3-hour film that followed 2 basketball prodigies from 8th grade until they graduated high school. It was a huge, sweeping film about the luster of expected athletic stardom and the pitfalls that hamper it. The class is not on that scale and isn't even a documentary, but it certainly shows you the inner workings of a city high school and the relationship a devoted teacher can have with his students. This movie is in French with English subtitles, and while fictional, has the texture of a documentary because its star, François Bégaudeau, is a real teacher who wrote a novel that the movie is based on. Students in the film are real students, not professional actors, and while a script was written, the movie is largely improvisational. The class takes place in one of Paris's roughest neighborhoods, but the kids are hardly the worst that you've ever seen on screen. They'd be considered the good kids in your average American inner-city film. Hardly any are native-born French either. They're almost all the children of immigrants, some from Arab lands and others from sub-Saharan Africa. One boy is from China, and while his French is hesitant, he is probably the best student in the class. Bégaudeau is fantastic as the young but veteran French teacher who does a good job but doesn't strive too far. He knows the limitations of his kids, or at least he thinks he does. But there are some key differences between an American school and the one featured here. There doesn't seem to be any threat of weapons. Violence is mostly low-grade fisticuffs, and when the principal walks in the room, the kids not only rise, but he refuses to speak until every student stands. Harsh words fly between the student and teacher, but profanity will get you sent to the principal's office straight away. In fact, insolence will get you remarks in a special book that your parents have to sign. These are all real punishments that the kids take seriously, and Bégaudeau doesn't visit these kids in their homes. He keeps it strictly professional. This movie doesn't show a man who gets under the kids' skin and makes them all successful, a la Stand and Deliver. He just tries to teach them good French while also showing them that their lives have value. This he instills in them through biographical essays. After reading the diary of Anne Frank, he tells them that they too have interesting stories despite their young age. But life interferes and reality overcomes his good plans when arguments with different kids become more heated. He goes from mentor to friend to foe, and in this way the movie differs from almost any other I've seen about high school. Sometimes even a well-meaning teacher may not always be right, and the kids may not always be bad. This study of how even teachers can be human makes this film feel very special. One other thing. There is a moment when one of the kid's parents is being challenged for illegal immigration. The kid is a good student, and the teachers are afraid the kid will be deported along with the parents. The teacher's response? To pass the hat to help the parent with legal fees. Now, would that happen in an American public school? I don't know. Au revoir from the front.